This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. What makes eHarmony so special? You. No, really. The profiles and conversations are different on eHarmony, and that's what makes it great. eHarmony's compatibility quiz brings out everyone's personality on their profile and highlights similarities on your discovery page, so it's even easier to start a conversation that actually goes somewhere. So what are you waiting for? Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. See ebaymotors.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, here to break down the women's 5-on-5 quarterfinal and semifinal matches before you get to see the final coming up this Sunday. But before we get into all the X's and O's, Kristen, how are we today on this lovely Friday?
I think we're doing good on this Friday. I'm glad it's the weekend, even though I didn't really work all week.
Yeah, what a blessing for you.
Yes, perks of working at a school in the summer. It's raining, it's cozy, it's cool, finally.
A little Debbie action going on outside.
Debbie?
Yeah, isn't it Hurricane Debbie or Tropical Storm Debbie?
I don't know.
I just keep calling it Little Debbie. You know, like the treats.
So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're doing well. As I mentioned, this is a show about the WNBA, if you're new around these streets. Of course, there's no WNBA basketball to follow quite yet. We'll be back in just about a week to the second half of the 2024 WNBA season. But of course, we've been breaking down the Olympics, and we've been watching our U.S. women's national team crush pretty much everybody that they play against. So again, as I mentioned, there is a final coming up on Sunday, the 11th of August. If you are interested in seeing us go for an 8th straight gold, which would be the longest streak by any team in the Olympics, which is exciting. We're going to find out who they're playing against. As we record this, the Belgium and France other semifinal is going on right now. So we're going to have an answer about who that opponent's going to be. Could be a rematch against Belgium. Could be a new match against the home turf French team, which is what our U.S. men's team will be playing on Saturday. But we'll find out. Could be interesting.
In the final?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But if you're new here and you would like to reach out to us, you can do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com, or follow us on our Twitter at @ATBpod_. Kristen, there's a new event here at the Paris Olympic Games. Why don't you tell our audience about what you saw today in today's action?
Well, just debuted today was breaking. I
think it's breaking. I believe
forget.
it's breaking. There's a hashtag breaking for gold.
Okay, break.
I'm sure it's breaking. It's just breakdance.
Yeah, but that's not what you call it.
No, it's breaking.
Can we confirm break or breaking?
I'll confirm, but talk about what you saw.
It was very interesting the first time I'd watched it. I mean, obviously I have seen people breakdance before. I will say, if we are talking about, things in the Olympics that we appreciate because we could never do it, I think this is something I could never do.
Okay, because it was like...
It mostly looks like challenging. It looks difficult. I'm not a dancer. I couldn't do it. But the rules are really like different than I thought. The two competitors compete head to head, and they're like both standing there on the little pad at the same time, and they go back and forth, and they're like staring each other down while they're dancing.
Oh yeah.
It's so intense. They're like mocking each other. And then they don't know the music ahead of time. So it's
I didn't know that.
It's all improv.
Uh-huh.
They are not supposed to, or they're expected to not repeat any moves, any big moves in the whole competition.
That is the whole, like, any rounds.
Like you're not supposed to do it in your one
battle.
Yeah, battle. But then they're expected to not really repeat in general through the whole competition.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's crazy. So like perhaps that's why we saw some people doing like funky moves that I'm sure you have seen on Twitter at this point. It was funny. It was fun. It was interesting. I appreciate it being here because it does draw a different audience.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does. And I mean, I've watched So You Think You Can Dance. I've watched Dancing with the Stars.
They don't do that.
They don't hit these moves.
Yeah.
They don't hit these moves that Ray Gun was in. I watched Olympic Breaking, confirmed it's breaking.
Okay.
For about 5 minutes.
I watched it for about an hour.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They did it all today. Like they handed out the gold.
For
women's. I will tell you because the one matchup that I watched was a Japanese breaker versus a Italian breaker. AMI versus Anti, ANTI. That was the Italian. And I was like, after I had seen just the end of Ray Gun, who's this Australian breaker who everyone is posting on Twitter.
You've seen it.
Look what I can do type of vibes. I was like, I think this Japanese breakdancer is good. I think she's good. And turns out Amy, Yuasa.
I don't know.
She won the gold.
Wow.
So I was like, I have a good eye for talent.
I don't think I saw her.
It was literally the next one right after Ray Gun. Like after you told me I'm watching it, I turned it on and I was like, okay, she's got some moves.
Okay.
She's in it.
That's so funny.
So it was gold for Japan, a silver for Lithuania, and a bronze for China.
Oh wow! So we didn't place.
No, we did not place. I think we got as far as we got bounced in the preliminary round or quarterfinals. Quarterfinals.
Okay.
We made it. It's semi-interesting. And we have a
who was it?
Who was what?
From the U.S.
From the U.S. It was Grace Sun Choi.
Okay.
Who I think I caught like a tidbit of that one too. Like literally as I turned it on and it was over. It's battles. So just the two of them on a stage, like going at each other, and like they break for a minute.
I don't know if they have a time limit.
It was kind of just like, yeah, I'm done.
I was like looking around for a clock somewhere. I don't think they had one.
And they just vote based on like vibes, kind of.
No,
they said there's specific criteria that we're voting on, but it's just like number of votes. It's majority vote.
Right. From 2 different rounds.
Not scores.
Right. It's just votes. Like, who do you vote for that was better?
That's interesting. That's so interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. And I think it worked. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people saying, this is so stupid. How can this be in the Olympics? I don't think it was stupid.
No, I
thought... It's a legitimate competition.
And when it comes to LA, there's a lot of legitimate, that's a huge scene.
Right.
In the US too. All over the world.
Right.
So it's just not something that I ever thought of would be an Olympic sport. And then, here it is. And now We have our first medalists
Wow,
ever.
so they already finished the women.
Correct, and tomorrow is the men's.
Okay, interesting.
So dial in 10 a.m. tomorrow for a little breaking. But this has been our breaking break ahead of talking about basketball. A small shred of news that if you haven't checked out or if you weren't made aware, there were some big rumbles in this Unrivaled league that Shams Charania tweeted about a week and a day ago about one Paige Buecker, who we know will be the number one overall pick in the upcoming 2025 WNBA draft. But Paige signed a huge NIL contract to become one of the owners of the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league. Mm-hmm. And she's the first NCAA athlete to receive ownership equity in the league. And she'll play after she becomes a member of the WNBA. She won't be playing this year because she'll be busy with college, but next year when she plays in the W, normal time, March to October, then after that, in the following January, 2026, we can expect to see Paige duking it out with the other WNBA stars. But it's just crazy that we have an ownership stake for somebody who's not even a part of the WNBA yet. Someone that obviously the league knows is going to be huge.
Right.
As huge as Caitlyn, if not bigger than Caitlyn. Never know. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's cool and interesting news. And they haven't really talked about it on the official Unrivaled Twitter account. It's just kind of been a thing that popped up before the Olympics started or just as the Olympics were getting started. And then it's been quiet. So I don't know if that's Shams breaks news because he's given news to break. Mm-hmm. But
they've been announcing the players, so she's not playing them. They're not going to give her a graphic like everybody else.
That is a good point.
And they have mostly been quiet since the Olympics has been going on. So
very true. Very true. So I would think that maybe when we get started again, once the W's back next week, that we may see some actual, bigger news story about that. Mm-hmm. There's always a chance. But I know we've talked about Unrivaled the last couple shows, and of course we're always bringing it up when there's new players. If you're interested in learning more about the league, we actually have a real resource sharing information about the league on the official Unrivaled Twitter account. You can go and see Nafisa Collier answering Q&As. Kristen and I both posted a couple questions in the replies there, hoping that she gives us information about the format and how the teams are picked, how you can watch the games. She's going to answer some of, if not all of these questions, and I'm excited to see because I do really want to know more. We know very little. It's there are 30 players in this, and it's 3-on-3, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
So,
look, they're all busy. So.
I know they're busy, but it's cool. It'll be cool to find out more information.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into the.
Summer is supposed to be an opportunity to slow down, but when you look at your kids, you can't help but notice that your kids are growing up fast. Help them build independence as they grow with Greenlight. Greenlight is a debit card and money app for families where parents can keep an eye on kids' money habits while kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. It's the easy, convenient way to raise financially smart kids. Get your first month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/pod.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. What makes eHarmony so special? You. No, really. The profiles and conversations are different on eHarmony, and that's what makes it great. eHarmony's compatibility quiz brings out everyone's personality on their profile and highlights similarities on your discovery page. So it's even easier to start a conversation that actually goes somewhere. So what are you waiting for? Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Meat and potatoes of today's episode. Of course, we have two basketball games to go through. Not in particularly heavy detail because, honestly, our U.S. women taking care of business, as they are prone to do. We had a quarterfinal against Nigeria, and then we had a semifinal today against Australia, and in both cases, our ladies wiped the floor with both teams. But do you have any particular takeaways from that Nigeria game? I know you didn't have a ton of notes written down, but anything you saw?
I didn't really take too many notes on either of the games. Not that they were bad games in any sense, but I don't think they were, nail biters. I guess really one of the biggest things is Jackie Young started over Diana Taurasi.
Yes.
In both of the games.
Yes.
So that was a big deal, I think. I don't think there was any hard feelings, really. I couldn't tell from DT. I think she just expects the respect of starting sometimes. But,
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's been great having Jackie start. She's been going off.
Oh my gosh. Such active hands, great shooting. Not to get too ahead of it, but in today's Australia game, when she was brought in that last group round, we said how hot she was from three. She was 5 of 8 from three. She sort of woke up their backcourt offense. And today, she didn't even attempt a three. So, she can do so much. And she's been one of the leading scorers in all the games that she's got that significant play time. And it's really cool to see because Jackie Young is a star, but I think that she's got superstar potential. And it's sometimes tough to see because of how loaded the aces are. But if she was her own thing on, one team, she was the leader of another one of the teams in the W, I think she could be easily top 7, top 6. She's incredibly talented, a really good defender, and very good, handsy player, great offense. She can do it all.
Yeah.
And she's small, but she plays up.
Yeah, she does. She's aggressive with it. I don't know if I'd say top 7 player, but obviously she was helping them win in these couple games, in games that are not, necessarily difficult situations. But
and just to go back to the actual game, there was never really a point in time that the U.S. was threatened by Nigeria. There was one point where we were up by more than 30 points on them. I believe there was a point where it was 71-41, a truly a wire-to-wire runaway. And, of course, we had some rooting interest on the Nigeria side. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see a lot of Nicole and Abosi.
She was there.
She was there. We were watching her on the bench. She played 11 minutes. I did not feel like she played 11 minutes. I don't think I saw
her. Most
of those. But there were some good players on this Nigeria team. One that I would want to point out, Promise Amukamara. If you are an NFL fan and you're familiar with Prince Amukamara, who, as an Eagles fan, he used to play on the Giants, so I was very much aware of his presence in the NFL. Promise is his sister, and she plays for the Nigeria national team. So that was a cool thing to find out. I was like, oh, Amukamara, odds are, and then it turns out that Noah Eagles pointed out, that this is one of the siblings, the Amukamara siblings. There's another very talented. She led the team in scoring with 19. So they emphasized how much of their talent on that Nigeria team plays college ball or played college ball in the U.S. So there's a reason that this team is, the first African team to make a quarterfinal,
right?
And why they have so much success in the International Afrobasket League.
No, I think they have a lot of promise. They are going to be better as the Olympics come.
Oh yeah. Like they can push to certainly medal in a future Olympics, and it wouldn't be shocking at all, especially given the field. Like they played hard, and of course they got a bad draw. When you play the U.S. in the first quarterfinal, then you're not really going to have a chance to get out. But if they were on the other side, maybe they could have made a semi and have a shot at the bronze. You never know. So I do think it's worth a shout out. And there was a point in time, last 6 or 7 minutes or so, where the U.S. kind of closed their eyes and let Nigeria get back into it. I say back into it. I mean, we still won by 13 or 15 points. So it really was, like I said, never in doubt. It was a 14-point win.
Yeah.
But I do think that Nigeria deserves some applause and some support because they played hard, they made it, and unfortunately, they got bounced by our ladies. But that led us to the semifinal game against Australia, which I was sure hoping that it was going to be a bit of a barn burner. We know Australia is loaded with talent. You know, Alana Smith, Ezzy Magbagor, Sammy Whitcomb, and
Christy Wallace. I know. I was really hoping that it would be a better game. Bit of a dud. I know. I just feel like Australia, they couldn't really get their offense going. And the defense wasn't really there either. So just on both sides, it wasn't clicking. I was sad for them because perhaps they also could have beaten, another team in a different matchup, because I would have loved for Ezzy and, Alana Smith to get a medal.
I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't. They will probably be favored in the bronze medal match.
I don't know. Looking at this game right now, is it?
Yeah. What's our
There's
our
8 seconds left. Oh.
8 seconds tied. And it's tied 66-66.
Yeah,
so we're going to kind of live react here.
Yeah.
To see if France or Belgium pull this one out. But it was just kind of an off day. Like Ezzy Magbagor, who I have effusive praise for. She only had 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting. Alana only played 17 minutes after putting up 22 and 13 in the last game for Australia.
Yeah, like Sammy Whitcomb. How much did she play?
Sammy Whitcomb led the team in minutes.
Yeah, she played the whole game, basically.
Shot 2 for 9, 1 for 7 from 3, only 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Sammy Whitcomb has been a demon. I know, I watched a handful of their group round games, and Sammy Whitcomb was really cooking. Like, they trusted her to be their 3-point sniper. Ooh, France just bricked it. Got the rebound, put it up, but I think the buzzer was off, no basket.
No.
We're going into OT.
Right.
And by the time you're listening to this, you're going to know who won. But, it just Australia really only got, good, decent minutes off of some of their bench players. Lauren Jackson only played 5 minutes.
I know.
Isabel Borlassi, 14 minutes, 11 points, their leading scorer. Certainly showed up.
But they only had, 11 points in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Like 13 in the third.
Yeah.
They just were struggling. So, it wasn't like that crazy of a game. I think on our side, Nafisa was on fire for this game.
And it doesn't look like it. You wouldn't know if you look at the stats.
I think it was like just right at the beginning. She was so hot at the beginning, like getting steals and like good baskets right from the jump.
Led the team in minutes.
Oh, good. So she was like setting the pace. And then Jackie Young again had a really good game.
Yeah, Jackie Young, 14 points, 5 assists, 2 boards. Stewie and Asia continue to be the best duo in maybe all of the Olympics.
I think I am kind of liking watching these Olympic games because...
You're kind of liking it? Yeah, I'm kind of liking it.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, it's fun in general, but because while I'm watching W games, like normal W games, I'm trying to pay attention really to both teams and like who's doing good stuff on both of the teams that are playing.
Sure.
But in these Olympic games, I'm paying more close attention to our team.
Of course.
Versus,
of course.
the other teams they're playing. So I've been watching Breanna Stewart more. And a couple times during this game, I was like, wow, that was really good, like, defensive play by her.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, she's great on offense. She's, like, getting some of the most points every game. But a bunch of times on defense this game, I was like, wow, she's, like, really good at blocking and moving and all that.
No, she, you know, like Asia is this, and, you know, Nafisa adjacent, like, just the all-around perfect basketball player, can defend, she's tall, she's long, she can shoot, she can pass, she can rebound, like, just has it all. Just has a little bit of everything, a lot of bit of everything in certain cases. There's a reason she's the leading scorer. Her shooting percentage is, like, crazy high for the Olympics, and her average points per game are, like, she should be, I guess I would say that Stewie's probably going to be the MVP for the Olympics.
They do that?
Yes, apparently they do that.
I think she will get it, though.
I mean, of course, it could be Asia. Wouldn't be shocking. Could even be Jackie Young. Like, I wouldn't be shocked anyway. But yeah, it was just an easy go game. Like, there was a brief period in that first quarter when they brought Lauren Jackson in, and Noah and LaChina were emphasizing, like, you know, she's such an important player on this Australia team.
She's 43.
Yes, she's old, and that's the reason
she's been very hurt in the past.
She's retired 3 times from 3 different leagues.
Right.
But they got up when she was in. Like they amplified their play, and it was a 4-point game after the first quarter when there was a point where the U.S. was up 10. And then it just sort of, the U.S. sleepwalked to a 21-point win over Australia.
Well, I'm not complaining.
No, of course I'm not complaining. You just kind of want, because you watch the men's game yesterday. The men down 17 to Serbia in the second half.
Yeah, but why do we have to be stressed like that? We don't.
No, because this team is so much better than the other ones.
Right.
And, you know, Serbia has Jokic and Vasilije Micic, but, like, it's just, like, it was so thrilling to watch the men's game and watch them come back and watch Steph and LeBron and Joel be American heroes. And then it's just like, oh, we're never going to see that with the women because they're just too good. Yeah. Like, even if it's France or if it's Belgium, these teams are small potatoes. And they're gonna set this record, and it's gonna be awesome. And then the next Olympics in LA, it's gonna be an entirely different team. It'll be a very different team. At least, like, 5 or 6 people I don't think will be on that.
No, a couple people will be off. And
some fresh blood.
Yeah.
And, like, who that, you know, real lead veteran is going to be. I mean, it's still going to be Stewie in Asia.
Right.
So
it'll still be them too.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's not going to be that crazy.
And Jackie Young.
Right. All of them are still going to be there. It'll just be like them with Caitlin and Angel Reese. So.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
Well, with this win, they got 60 consecutive wins.
60 consecutive wins. That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, so crazy. Because in this Olympics, you only need 6 wins. You need 6 wins to win a gold. 3 group, quarter, semi, final. So that's like 10 years worth of wins without ever breaking a sweat.
Right. Like, you could lose in a group stage and it wouldn't really matter. But no, still, even then, they don't lose.
So, we got nothing but mad respect for our women's team.
All right. Looking like France is going to beat Belgium. There's 1 second left of overtime. And they are winning 75-81.
There you go. It looks like double U.S.-France finals for basketball.
That's fun.
It is fun. You know, it definitely a little bit of a home boost. This French team, if we just go back and look at the group results, how did they fare? They were the leader of Group B. They played Australia and they played Nigeria and they played Canada. So I believe they lost that game to Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So by the transitive property, I don't particularly get nervous about the French team.
No, I'm not nervous. But I like it more than us playing Belgium again.
That is true.
Because that just would have been boring to me.
Right, just to see the same team again. And, Belgium would have had information on us because they had played us already. But I think it's always exciting to get a little bit of that home crowd juice. The crowd will be excited for the game. And, our women's national team will go out and shush them. Mm-hmm. Because, again...
There's nobody from the W on this French team, right?
Just technically Layla Lacan, I guess.
Okay.
Is the only one I can think of.
Okay.
And she's not even she hasn't played for the W yet.
Right.
She's an international rookie. But yeah, no, after going through all the lists.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a full-on French team. And, French basketball is a good league. Mm-hmm. So it's not shocking that they're here.
No.
But, yeah, I am excited that it's a different team, for sure. But, could just end up being another 20-point win for our ladies. But we will see.
I won't complain.
We will see. So, again, if you are trying to dial up that final, we have it for you on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
Lovely.
You can watch. So,
that is horrible timing.
Well, it's French time. It's... What, 3:30?
Yeah, but it's 5 p.m. right now.
I know. But it happens.
Okay.
9:30 is not bad on a Sunday.
Well, you can watch the bronze medal game at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, get up for Australia versus Belgium. Who I'll take Australia in that game.
No, I would take Belgium.
Nah.
Why? They're better. They
are
good.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think Belgium had a more improbable run here because Belgium was up 13 points in this game to France.
Yeah.
I just want to say
and
that
they blew it.
They blew it. Yes, they blew it. But they were 1-2 in the group round. They were the last team to make it into the quarterfinal of the 8. They had a +1 point differential.
Okay.
Oh no, they didn't. Sorry, they didn't even have a +1 point differential. They had a 0 point differential. Exactly 228 points scored to 228 points given up. China scored 228 points, gave up 229 points.
Right.
If China scored 2 more points, 1 basket, then China would have been in this quarterfinal, and Belgium would not have been.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yes, I think Belgium...
And they did say on the broadcast today that Lauren Jackson, every time she's been in the Olympics, she's won a medal.
So, it reason to believe
that
Alana and Ezzy... Sammy
and Christy
Lauren
Wallace.
And Christy Wallace. You always gotta say it.
I forgot. I didn't remember
Christy
she was there.
Wallace is here too.
And then I see Wallace. I'm like,
Stephanie Talbot's there too.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, yeah, I'm rooting for Australia.
I root for Australia. But look, if Julie Von Lowe,
are you gonna get up to watch it?
No. At 5:30?
Okay. No. You would do that.
Nah. I will hopefully be up at 9:30. To watch, to watch our ladies.
Okay.
I say hopefully. I'll be up at 9:30. That's a stupid thing for me to say. Let's go get a gold. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. We'll be back to talk about the final, to however way it goes. Hopefully it's an exciting little match, at least for the first half.
Yeah.
But thank you again for listening. Thank you for following all of our Olympics coverage. We're gonna wind down the Olympics stuff. Our next pod will probably be the last Olympics pod, unless some crazy Olympics news comes out. But then we get right back into WNBA talk, and I'm so excited for the second half of these games. 16 more games to go for all the teams before we get to our first WNBA playoffs as a podcast. I'm so excited, but just getting excited for that. If you're new here and you want to send us an email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on our Twitter at @ATBpod_. Kristen, do you have anything else for our lovely listeners?
No. I'm not ready, I don't think, to be watching all these games again every single day.
It's okay.
I have to get back into
you gotta get back in your mental shape.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We'll be there. We'll be there. It's like working out after not having worked out for a while. You just got to get those muscles warmed up again. But until then, Kristen, I'm looking at the baseline. What are we going to do?
Attack it.
Say that again.
Attack it.
That's right. Thank you. Attack the baseline. We will talk to you soon. Love you and see you later.
At Ashley, you'll find colorful furniture that brings your home to life. Ashley makes it easier than ever to express your personal style with an array of looks in fun trending hues to choose from earth tones to vibrant colors to calming blues and greens. Ashley has pieces for every room in the house in the season's most sought-after shades. A more colorful life starts at Ashley. Shop in store or online today. Ashley, for the love of home.